Namaste, Marcus here. And a few days ago, what day is it? It's about 4 or 5 days ago. We were channeling, and I had a message with the Venusian beings of love and light, as I like to call them. And I know a lot of people think, people like myself who channel these beings are a bit wacky, and possibly we are. But this is what I've found over these last 10 years, that there are lots of beings out there who wish to communicate with us. I started connecting with angels, archangels, actually, and from their star beings, the Arcturians were the first. They told me I'm their ambassador. In fact, it was Archangel Metatron that told me that. But that's another story. And since then, I've been connecting with other beings, including the planets, which are alive. They have a conscious awareness, much greater than we could even imagine. And the Venusian beings are like the myth, like the stories about Venus. It's full of love. They're full of love. They radiate vast amounts of love. And what we call love, we could say that love is source, God, the all that there is, all that came before everything. We could say that. I say that. We don't really fully understand what that means, that word we use called love. But the more we connect with the oneness, with love itself, what we may call unconditional love in the physical sense, that's a good way for us to describe it, is actually the oneness. And the more you connect with these sort of beings, the more you understand the majority of the ones we connect to are part of the oneness, as we are. In my view, and everything I talk about is in my view, everything is part of the oneness, no matter what it looks like to us in the physical sense, whether we think of it as good or not good. It's all part of the oneness. Our physical lives are lives that exist as a way for our souls to gain, if you like, knowledge, experience, so that they can feed that knowledge and experience back into the oneness. And that's how I see it, because we can only, as human beings in a human state, we can only see and explain things in a physical way that we understand. And when I say physical way, I'm talking about consciousness and astrals and all sorts of things, not just physicality. But because we're physical beings trying to explain things that are totally non-physical in the physical sense, it's challenging at times. And we have to use words to do that. We have to communicate. So many, many, many years ago, I think in the 80s, I came across George King, who in 1954 discovered there were messages coming to him. He didn't know about channeling. He was a taxi driver in London. Very well-spoken man. Very educated, I would think. And him and his mother were experiencing these connections. They had an encounter with flying saucers in the 50s. And in 1959, he did an interview on the BBC, which if you look it up on YouTube, you can find it. George King, the Aetherius Society. Amazing stuff. I was really taken with this stuff. I was already aware of UFOs, I wasn't aware of connecting with angels and star beings at that time, not for myself. I was aware others did. I always believed in archangels. I always knew they existed, at least for me. And so when I heard this literature and saw this literature, which I've still got from the Aetherius Society, from George King, it was mind-blowing. He had all these transcripts where he connected to these beings in Venus, one of which was called Aetherius, who he connected to mainly. Afterwards, he started connecting with Mars, Saturn, beings all over our solar system, explaining what was going on in our solar system in ways that were so spaced out. There was nothing in even, the sci-fi stuff in those days that could go anywhere close to it. And he did all this in the 50s, late 50s. He started doing it. He did amazing things. His society did amazing things, some of which are documented, some are not, and saving the planet on several occasions from disaster, as far as they were concerned. He was a yogi. He'd been channeling this yogi, actually, had come to him and given this yoga. And this yoga had allowed him, much as things that we do, things that I've done in the past through my Reiki master, Robert, allowing me to raise my conscious awareness so that I could channel. There are things we do, and he was given this yogic experience, which he was taught by this master who came to him in a physical sense through a locked door, just as in the days of Madame Blavatsky in the Theosophical Society, these masters would come through doors into houses and communicate the truths and the wisdom of the ages. And George King was given this, and this allowed him, actually, I believe, to do all this communication. Nevertheless, of late, since I've been channeling, I've also been channeling, as well as the Arcturans, who have started first star beings, and the Lyrans with my wife, and the Pleiadians, and some other beings, the beings I refer to as the Blues, who are not star beings, but are high vibrational beings, several archangels, and some other beings, and also some planets. So I channel these from time to time, not so much nowadays. I mainly just channel the messages that come through me. And I'm going to read this message out to you now, and then I can possibly discuss it a bit later. So I don't like to alter the messages because I don't feel it's right for me to change. There's a few occurrences in this message that I couldn't make sense of because I record what I speak, and sometimes it comes out as gobbledygook. So I will give you as I understand it was given to me. So here we go. I have to read it because, as I say, I want it to be accurate. Yes, I will record this message from the Venusian beings of love and light. These beings who are so close. We are closer than you think, Marcus and Karen. We are always in the area of your intelligence. We have been for some time now, since your connection with us through Sir George King, as you call him, one of our great benefactors, who helped us to transmit our connections with you all here in this world you are in now. There are many who will never be able to understand that we exist because our planet is not like yours, and our planet is, for your bodily selves, would be very dangerous, as you could not exist in our world. You are physical 3D beings made of carbon. We are of a different vibration than you. We are still physical in a sense, but we are not in the same physical makeup that you are. So we do not look anything like you. If you could see us, we would only reflect what you would wish to see us if you see us, what you would wish to see if you see us. You would see us as humanoid beings like yourselves. We exist in a totally different area of existence that is possible for you we exist in a totally different area of existence that is possible for you to truly understand at this time, let alone understand. And so it is always bright and happy for us to have these conversations, because although we are so close in terms of in our solar system, we are close. We are also very distant in the fact we are so different from you and other beings who are bipedal beings like yourselves. We are, as your friends the Blues like to say, we are one. We are all one. And we are connected to the oneness at all times. We are a collective. I think that is a word I'm trying to get you to transmit. We are a collective, and we are talking and communicating with you at this time. It is always beneficial for us when we can connect ourselves, and we do connect with many beings on your planet who are open to this connection with us. There are many changes occurring for you, as you call your ascension is occurring at this time. You are changing rapidly. And because it is so rapid, it's because it is so quick, you will not notice the changes when changes happen. Slowly, it's much easier to notice them when they are happening quick. You may think it's the other way around. I hear Marcus saying it's the other way around, but it's not the case. When things change slowly, you can notice them easier. When things are so quick, there are so many things happening. It is difficult to see how much things have changed because they are changing so rapidly. This is a different subject, not for now, but nevertheless, there are a lot of changes for humanity. There are a lot of dangers for humanity because of the extremes of the beings who exist in your world around those who do not wish anything to change, and they are against all change, but they are not able to stop the change. That's all we will say on this. You are all transmitting these vibrational changes. Now, we can feel the ripples, as you have said recently. We can feel the ripples of this change from humanity, from the beings like yourselves who have raised their awareness, who are on their ascension journey. And these days ahead, do not fear, do not fret. All will be as it's supposed to be for you, Karen and Joshua, and those like you who are in this journey. We truly appreciate this connection, Marcus. We truly appreciate your being here with us. I know we are one. We are always here. There is no time, as you called it. There is no occurrences that we are not with you. We are not connected with you. We are not beings, as you are saying in your talks. We are not being with you, which is always a case that we are one. We are connected to all that there is. We are connected to the oneness. We are connected to all vibrations in this universe, you existing, not only the physical universe, the astral, the etheric, and all these other places of which you know very little at this time. We are always in these places as well as where you are, as well as where others are. We are always everywhere. We are part of that oneness. That is that it is. And that is the best way to describe it in this way. There are no words to say more on this. We know you are enjoying our connections, and we had to say hello because you were in this state of oneness with us. We are one. We are one. Thank you. They had to jump in because I was so spaced out. They wanted to let us know they're always with us. They're always connected to us. They're always connected to all parts of us, not just the physical world. They're existing in now all the worlds we're existing. They're existing now in all the worlds we're existing. They are there also. End of transmission. So I'm quite spaced out, actually, just reading that back, because it is a very spacey situation when we connect. And as I've said many times, we're just starting to learn and understand. We can't understand yet, but we're understanding more about the fact that what is happening when we're alive here, the transmissions that take place, not just in words, but in vibrations. They were talking about the ripples we give off. This is related to our vibration, our resonance. But also, they're picking up the ripples of our feelings and our what we called emotions. They were talking about these other worlds we know, or we have little understanding of, the astral and etheric worlds. We know we have astral bodies and etheric bodies, and people do travel in these bodies to different places and guises. And we always do when we're dreaming. But they're suggesting there are other places like this. They exist in the oneness. They are always connected to all these worlds, the astral, the etheric, these other worlds connected with the oneness. As we are. It's just that we generally have no understanding of these other places, let alone a very limited understanding of the etheric and astral planes that we exist in each second of our lifetime here, as well as afterwards. And so we are, I believe, going to understand a lot more of these things. And this is one of the reasons they connect with us, the Venusians. They are very close to us in a lot of ways. They're like a sister planet to us. And they have said in the past, I connected with Venus in the past, that there is a very great connection with the Earth and Venus, like a brother and sister. And these beings are, as I've said, so full of love. And they want us to stay in our hearts, stay focused on the oneness, remembering that everything that happens is to make us who we need to be. And if we can stay in our hearts and in our joy, all that will happen to us will be good events. Do not let the fear in the air. Do not listen to the vibrations of those who wish to cause disharmony in our worlds, of all worlds. Steer clear of disharmony. Walk towards the middle path between the light and the darkness, and take no sides. Stay focused in the middle. Do not be taken aback by the darkness or by too much light. When we look at the yin-yang, you understand too much light will create darkness, and vice versa. Too much darkness becomes light. All things are changing always in this physical place we live. Creation, we may want to call it. I think that's all for now. I just wanted to put this out there, and do have a look at, I'll try and put a link in the description, the Aetherius Society, so you can look things up. There are videos, as I've said, on YouTube. The Venusian Beings, if you're a channel, do have a connection with them. They're beautiful beings and will bring you much joy and love into your area of existence. Till next time, namaste. Thank you for listening.